Hello Aquarius, how are you? I hope you're doing absolutely amazing out there. But we're going to jump into a random next 48-hour tarot reading for you. We're going to begin with some of these beautiful, what is it called? The Secret Language of Light Oracle deck. So let's just pull right from the middle. They're a little bit stiff. I don't use it too often. But for Aquarius, I'm hearing there is guaranteed satisfaction in the next 2 days and surrounding it because you're putting in the work. You're showing up and taking care of yourself better. You're glowing in the next 2 days, and it's very evident in this imagery here. For the number 30 card, there is only light, all right? And they just finished that with at the end of the tunnel. There's only light at the end of the tunnel for you. And I really feel it's the sense of your life starting to brighten up for you. You're feeling this invigorated sort of energy being created through each and every experience. Okay, I'm getting randomly, there's something about mayonnaise, the condiment. Anyways, but they're saying you're glowing from the inside out. Your skin complexion is really doing well for you. As I'm being drawn to this structure over here that they've been working diligently on fixing up, there's a missing part of the roof, okay, the shingles on it. And they're saying there's missing pieces to what you're meant to understand more so in the next 2 days. It's not going to be full clarity, but it's going to be bits and pieces as I'm being shown a vision of puzzle pieces falling into place very elegantly, very softly, easily. All right, I'm getting the word peacefully. And there's something about Spirit saying, what brings you peace? What brings you joy? What makes you feel brighter and lighter? Because it feels like you're going to be more in the mood, more motivated, even feeling like it's necessary to do whatever comes to mind for you, maybe what you know from the past has worked to make you feel lighter, brighter, more peaceful, more ease. And they're saying there's comfort in the next 48. There's also typing of importance. This could be, you know, on your computer, on your phone, maybe both. I just got a vision of a typewriter, very interesting. But it just feels like there's a real growing kind of energy in the next 40 as well, as I'm finding that you're going to grow as a soul in the next 2 days significantly. You know, remembering that regardless of what point you are along your individual path, how old you are and whatnot, we're always continuously growing. You know what I mean? Whether we're choosing to or not. But it just feels like you're going to as well being you will be experiencing, growth outside of you. All right, this could be social media, your business, it could be in a connection. You may even find that this is for someone being given a vision of a plant, all right, a home plant, or it could be a garden. But growth is going to be a significant focus in the next 48. Do you see me looking around? I feel like there's a little bit of distraction as well, but this distraction could be ultra purposeful, where you're a very spiritually connected soul. So I find that in the next 2 days, you're looking randomly in, okay, the left direction is what I just heard. And you look at something which ends up being a message. I just looked at a black crow over here, just doing its thing. And so I feel like there is a spiritual meaning to that is significant for you. Look left, look right. Okay, make sure you're doing that when crossing the street if that ends up happening for you. I do at times blindly cross the street. I will admit that. I mean, I know I'm very spiritually protected, so it'll be fine either way, but they're saying please look left and right. Light beings. You're a light worker being drawn to this reading, and I feel at times they're saying that doesn't really leave you with an easy path, right? You're a very spiritually connected soul, and sometimes that really can create certain levels of difficulty for you. While, you know, there's more positivity stemming from it, more protection, assistance, you know, messages of importance, but it doesn't mean that the cons or the difficulties, the maybe annoyances don't stand out like a sore thumb at times. You know what I mean? But just like anything in life, I find that the next 2 days reminds you to focus upon the positives and remember the pros and let that outshine any certain little negatives or cons, okay? But It feels like you're thinking about the world at large, maybe thinking about your individual world and how maybe one's affecting the other, but you're sensitive. All right, I find that this is maybe talking about your emotional side, but the way things affect you in the next 48 is really coming through and taking a highlight. But I just heard compassionate. There's something really compassionate about you and your energy, where people are really listening to what you have to say. Wow, there's a B right here. And so I find that that's talking about sweet results and hard work. The word labor just came through. Because you're a sensitive soul, because you're easily affected by things, remembering that everything literally holds energy for the better and or for the worse. You're going to find that at times you need to catch your breath. You might lose your breath at a certain point or two, just being real with you. But I find that while you're blossoming in the next 48 quite beautifully and easily, I'm hearing effortlessly. It's as if you're on another note seeing the efforts that you're putting forth towards this and that you want to, that feels necessary, creating this blossoming energy outside of you. Absolutely beautiful. And I really feel that Spirit's saying clearly, being drawn to this reading, you're meant to be somebody with this assisting energy, somebody who is desiring, feeling it's part of your destiny to help others. And this brings you such fulfillment and success more than ever in the future, especially. But it just feels like you're going to be shining bright in the midst of putting effort towards helping people. And I feel, as I'm being drawn to the word secret on the name of the box, there's a secret that you have kept in regards to your past, and they're saying prepare to selectively share that with some people in some way, shape, or form. It could be the world on social media, it could be selectively in person, it could be through some sort of creation of some sort. But it just feels like Spirit saying, it honestly reminds you of, even with the ups and downs, the difficulties, the slip-ups, the mistakes along your path, you really do walk a very purposeful path. And Spirit is saying, we more than ever have your back. I feel that coming through. I just saw a vision of somebody stumbling upon, stepping over a feather on the ground, on the sidewalk. And so don't be surprised when that happens to you. In another way, the Spirit's saying, we have your back. There's this painting of the wording, we have your back. It's for a chiropractor, on the main street over here where I live. And that sometimes is how Spirit points out and reminds me of the protection, the backing up that I have more than ever. Anyways, but what do we have from the Modern Witch Tarot? Three of Wands. As we look forward and expect the best, don't be surprised when even better comes to be, because it feels like Spirit's saying we're sailing towards new waters. We're creating a new reality, all right? And it just feels like more than one ship is about to epically, easily flow in for you, where it, in a sense, at least to an extent, makes up for certain wrongdoings that you've been through, certain difficulties, levels of lack that have been maybe feeling like they've been stretched out. It almost feels like you know that there's more ahead for you, but then the question of when comes to be quite often, maybe even how. And so they're wanting you to remember that there's no need to question things to such an extent when there's divine timing very much alive within your world. Being drawn to different messages. The word rock is being pointed out because there's something about you being a rock, not only for yourself within your own reality, within your own life, but it's as if you're meant to be at times this rock within a situation that you're reflecting upon, even if you're not wrapped up with it in the next 2 days. And Spirit's saying, but then do you receive the accolades, the respect, the honoring, even the rewards that you deserve from, that consistent rock-like energy that you, concrete, reliable energy that you provide? It feels very work-related. It could be more family matters for some, but it feels like the answer really is at least partially, if not fully, no. Okay? And so this ends up creating change in the future, and that's not a bad thing. But I feel you really need to remember that whether it's what you're reflecting upon from the past or more in regards to what you're dealing with in this current 2-day period, everything's temporary, whether it's in regards to something leaving your life or you leaving it behind in the near future when the timing is divinely right, or it's more in regards to, a chapter being tied up with a bow, wrapped up in the midst of a continuing situation to the point of improvement, better results, better experiences, maybe more rewards. You know what I'm saying? And that including certain changes that are necessary. And so reminding yourself, keeping in mind that everything's temporary, will really suit you, benefit you in the next 2 days. Greenery is coming into play. I don't know why I'm getting the color green being significant. Something about spirit wanting you to wear more of a specific color. Comfort and joy is what I just heard. I mean, we already kind of mentioned that. Wow, the sun just got really bright. You're a little bit goofy in your own kind of solo way, whether it's coming through in moments of you connecting to other people, joking around. But I find that somebody, and I have this happen to me all the time, where you're in your own bubble, in your own world, doing your own thing, and maybe you're singing and dancing, you're doing a twirl, a little skip and whatnot, right? And I honestly find that there's somewhat of a pep in your step that maybe feels continued for some, increasing for the majority, or just coming back to be for some drawn to the reading. Okay, so regardless, it feels there is that bit of a pep in your step and a smile on your face, because Spirit's saying you have so many reasons to be happy, and so why focus upon the reasons that don't, the things that aren't making you stellar, interesting, or super happy. I do love that word stellar. But the Eight of Wands, life is about to pick up for you, Aquarius, but it doesn't mean that things are meant to be difficult. It doesn't mean that this is going to create problems, or it's going to feel even overstimulated, overwhelming. It just feels like maybe at times you will want life to slow down, and that's great. Create that for yourself. But I'm saying that things are going to pick up as far as progression goes, growth, opportunities coming in, new situations being sparked, growth and whatnot in regards to continuation for certain situations. And it almost feels like this is a time where you're really needing to notice how easily burdens are meant to be lifted away from your energy field at this time due to your actions, your want for change, due to your spiritual assistance. But it just feels like you're going to as well be communicating very, very efficiently in the next 48. It's almost as if you more than ever want to get your voice out there, and they're saying excellent, excellent, because you have a voice of true importance. It's this feeling of, it's like the clouds are clearing for you as well, and then it just kind of makes you feel like you're more than ever capable of even wanting to once again get your voice out there. And so they're saying, in situations or one in particular, even moments where you feel you can't or you shouldn't get your voice out there, let this be a time where you know intuitively where you can and should be, want to get your voice out there, and then just do it, right? Let it flow, let it go, is also a message coming through. Let the work that you create, or whatever you create and develop in the next 48, let it heal you, as I feel it will absolutely, if you choose to get it out there into the universe, will heal other people, okay? And I feel some drawn to the reading, like myself, truly have healing energy. And it really feels like this is going to take a highlight in the minds and the awareness of not only yourself, but other people and spirits. All right, somebody is gaining yet again another spiritual guide in the next 2 days. I'm getting that for you. And if that's for you, you will feel the difference, all right? Honestly, I want you to remember that if something negative is happening to you, regardless of what it is, whether it's in your physical reality, it's a spirit taunting you or treating you poorly, or whatever it ends up being, call on your angels, on your guides. Just literally say it or think it. I need some assistance. Please help me. Okay? That's literally all you have to do, because some guides, some spirits that join you randomly to help you are not going to step in and do what they probably should do otherwise, if you don't speak up and ask. Okay? I just heard I don't want to intrude. It just feels like, your guides at the very least should just step in either way, and a lot of which do, but just don't be afraid to speak up and ask for help. The Six of Pentacles as we get ready to wrap up your reading, because my friend, you're going to be reaping the rewards in the next 2 days from your past and current 2-day efforts, all right? And I really find that you're really being pushed to focus upon connections or one in particular of importance. I'm hearing they're still your friend, all right? Because it feels like maybe somebody or something's trying to get in between you and this person, or maybe make them look bad to you. And it feels like Spirit's reminding you nobody's perfect, okay? Including yourself, and that's a beautiful thing, all right? But and we all do make mistakes. Let's keep that in mind. And sometimes, let's be real, I feel in the past especially, pressure has created difficulty with that connection or multiple or in a situation. I don't know why that's coming up, but Spirit's saying this is a very beautiful next 2 days for you, where you're growing, your reality is growing, it's changing. As the sun comes out to wrap up your reading, things are brightening up for you, things are lightening up for you, and things are transforming, all right? So Aquarius, this was a beautiful reading. I hope it was truly helpful. I am sending you so much love and light. I will see you in your next read. Do take care.